Becky, welcome back to my channel. I am really excited about today's video because I have been asked quite a few times over the years to share this information that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today, and I really felt like I am not the person to be sharing this because, first of all, I am still by no means a professional YouTuber. I still am learning so much and my channel is still so small. But I have learned a lot over the last 5 years of being on YouTube, and I felt like I still have stuff to share. I still have things that I have learned and some tips and tricks that I want to share with you guys because so many of you all have asked me how to start a YouTube channel. And I didn't make this video for so long because I really felt like my channel is still really small and I still have some videos that tank, honestly. They just go, you know. But then I have other ones that do really well. But I figured, you know, this is mostly my own insecurities of not sharing with you guys because even though I'm not as big as a lot of people on YouTube, I still feel like I have achieved my own level of success. I have already achieved way more with my YouTube channel than I ever thought I would. And even though I don't make tons of money on YouTube, it's way more than I ever thought I would make. And I've been able to pay for, I think, 2 or 3 trips to Disney now on my own. I've added a lot to our monthly household income. I pay for my girls' lessons. I pay for their co-op for homeschooling. So, I mean, it's just, even though I'm not a huge YouTuber and I'm not just like killing it with views and subscribers, I still have things that I have learned and I still have some tips and tricks that I feel like would be helpful to share with you guys if you're interested in starting your own YouTube channel. So today I have 10 tips on what not to do when you're starting a YouTube channel. So there's tons of videos out there about what to do and how to get started and how to sign up with your AdSense account and how to get your channel name and all that stuff. This is really not about that. This video is the 10 things you should do after you have already set up your YouTube channel and set up your AdSense account and all that stuff. So these are 10 things not to do when you're starting out on YouTube. And the first thing is, don't wait until you feel like you know everything before you start your YouTube channel. If you wait until you do like tons of research and read all these books and watch all these videos, you're never going to get started because there are so many things to learn about YouTube, and not just YouTube, but also if you don't know how to use the computer you've got to edit or the camera you've got to film, all of these other aspects that are going on. You could spend the rest of your life getting ready to start your channel. Just like they always say, you know, when you plan to have kids, oh, I'm going to have one in 3 years when I'm ready. You may not ever be ready. You may not ever feel like you have enough money to have a kid, or you're not in the house that you want to be in when you bring a child home. That's kind of the same thing with YouTube. YouTube is your little baby, and you kind of just have to go ahead and bite the bullet and do it and get started because you're going to learn a lot from experience. You're going to learn a lot by doing, and you're going to learn a lot by mistakes that you make throughout the process of starting a YouTube channel. Go ahead and make that first video. Get the feel for talking to a camera. Figure out what it's like to upload your footage into your video editing software. Figure out, do you know how to use iMovie or your editing software, or do you need to take a class or have a friend help you? I had to take a class in iMovie. I didn't even know how to use iMovie. Everything else you will learn, I promise, over time. I'm still learning every single day. I learned something yesterday about how to add multiple links into your Instagram account. I didn't know how to do that. So a lot of that stuff you will figure out as time goes on, but don't wait until you know all that stuff to get started. Go ahead and get started and you will learn that stuff along the way, I promise. My second don't when starting a YouTube channel is don't feel like you need to have all this fancy equipment to get started. A lot of really famous YouTubers started out on a cheap camera or their old cell phone, like Candy Johnson, who's got millions of subscribers. She started out on an old camera that she got at a garage sale, and it was not a very good camera, she says, and you could like hear the zoom going in and out, and you know, a lot of people use their phones and everything. If you have the right lighting, I feel like that does help a little bit to overcompensate for camera quality. I've been on YouTube for 5 years. I did take a little break there in the beginning before I kind of came back and reinvented my channel, but the only equipment that I have bought for my channel is a ring light and some 128 gig memory cards. Other than that, I have the same camera that I've been using from the beginning. It's our old family's camcorder that we had for like home movies. It's just a Canon camcorder. I also have a Sony Handycam that we had both of those things as home camcorders, like just for home movies and stuff. They're nice, they're decent quality, but I mean, they're not going to be as nice as a Canon Rebel or whatever people are using now. And I kind of still stick to this. Like I wanted to make some money before I spent a bunch of money. So I didn't get my ring light until Christmas of 2017. So that was a few years into my YouTube journey before I got a ring light. And it's not a Diva ring. It's like an off-brand from Amazon. I'll try to remember to link it for you guys. But it works really well. It does the job. And like I said, I do feel like it compensates a little bit for camera quality. Not that this is a bad camera, but I do feel like it helps to improve, though, the overall camera quality too. So that is the first thing. Don't go out and spend all this money on a new camera and a ring light and softbox lights and all this stuff to get started when you may not even make any money back on YouTube. Unless you can afford it. If you can afford it and it's in your budget, go for it. But otherwise, don't feel like you need that stuff to get started. Plenty of people start on just using their phone or an old camera or something like that. So don't run out and spend a bunch of money just because you feel like you need to, because you really don't. The third thing is, don't be afraid to reach out to companies and other YouTubers to collaborate. Now, I've heard some people talk on YouTube about how they think it's tacky and in bad taste to contact companies to work with you. I personally don't see anything wrong with that. Now, if you're just contacting everybody because you want just somebody to work with you, that's different. But if you're contacting companies that have products that you really like, or companies that you really respect, or if you're contacting other YouTubers that you really love watching their videos and you really would love to collaborate with them, I don't see anything wrong with contacting those people or those companies and saying, hey, I have a YouTube channel and I would love to work with you, and I like to make videos about this, this, and this. And this is why I love your company, or this is why I love your channel. Would you like to work with me? Most of the time, especially when you're smaller, you're not going to hear back from any of those people. And if you are, the companies that will usually work with you when you're smaller will basically work with you only by giving you product. They're probably not going to pay you from the very beginning. But if you are just okay with receiving the products that you love to talk about, then that is definitely something that can help you get started, help you have some content to film. And it's a way to get your name out there. And then that way you have that experience with that company that you can say, the next time you approach a company, you can say, well, hey, I worked with, you know, Johnson & Johnson about this, and I would love to work with you about this, you know, and it's kind of a snowball effect. So don't be afraid to do that, as long as you are being respectful and tasteful in how you do it, and not just sending out mass emails to everybody and every company, because companies and other YouTubers can spot that a mile away. I've even gotten emails from companies that have done that to me. Like, they'll send out a mass email to like a bunch of different YouTubers, and they won't even remember to change my name, and they'll call me Megan or somebody, and I'm like, oh, really? You're not even going to change the name? So that for me is like, delete. I don't even bother reading it if that happens. So same thing for you when you're dealing with companies and other YouTubers. Be as professional as you can, even if this is just your hobby. They don't see it necessarily as just you filming videos for fun. They see this as a potential partnership, and you should treat your channel as that. So be really professional and respectful. And I think over time you'll get a lot of success with that. I know I did in the beginning, and that's kind of what I would say is don't be afraid to do that. The fourth thing not to do is to spam other YouTubers' comment section with, hey, I just started a channel, please subscribe. People do not like that. That is really offensive, and I totally get it. I know how hard it is to get your name out there because I'm still struggling to do it myself. So I know how it is, and I know how tempting it is to go to like some big YouTuber that you watch and like leave your channel name and a link to your whatever. I know how that feels, and I know how you want to do that, but that really just turns people off, honestly. And when people do it to me, I erase it. Not because I don't want them to be successful, but because I feel like it's really tacky. There's no meaning behind it. There's no respect for me and my channel and the effort that I put into my videos. When they do that, that's disrespectful to me. To try to capitalize off of my hard work to promote themselves. It's honestly, that's what it is. And so be really tasteful in the comments. You can comment all you want on other people's videos, and that's actually a good thing to do to get your name kind of out there. And there's other ways of saying and letting people know in the comments that you have a channel, but there's a better way to do it than just say, hey, subscribe to my channel. You know, if you're watching a video about cleaning, somebody's cleaning video, and you just filmed a cleaning video on your channel, you can say, you know, hey, so-and-so, I really love watching you clean your bedroom. You really inspired me to go and deep clean my bedroom. I just did a video about cleaning on my channel too that was really fun and blah, blah, blah. You know, there are ways to do it, but kind of like I said with reaching out to companies and other YouTubers, you really have to be respectful in the comments. And if you are leaving spammy type comments and you're being hateful to people in the comments, that's only going to look bad on your channel and it's going to keep people away from you. So definitely be your best self when you're commenting. Be really respectful and professional, and don't do to other people in the comments what you would not want them to do to you. My 5th YouTube don't is don't start YouTube to make money, because I promise you, if you started for that reason, you will be very, very frustrated, more than likely. Now, there are people that just breeze into YouTube and make a bunch of money, or any money at all, really. They can do it really quickly. For me personally, and I know for a lot of people, it takes a long time to make money on YouTube. It took me 3 years. That's embarrassing. But I did not make money on YouTube my first 3 years. So if I was only starting YouTube for the money, then I would have fizzled out long before then. And that really wasn't why I did it. That's not why I started my channel. And that's still not why I continue to make videos. Yes, it's helpful, and yes, it's a benefit, but it's not why I started. And if it's why you're starting, and it's something that may be a thought you can have in the back of your mind, but if you're starting a YouTube channel just to make money, then you're probably going to get really disappointed very quickly. So just keep that in mind, that don't do it for the money. If the money comes, that's great. If it doesn't, just do it because you love it and you're passionate about sharing, not because you only want to make money. My 6th YouTube don't is don't make videos just because other people are making them and they're working out for them, if it's not something that you're truly interested in. Because if you're making videos that you feel like you're making just because other people are making them and they're popular, but it's not necessarily what you want to talk about and what you want to share on your channel, then you're going to get burned out really, really quickly. Be yourself. Make videos that you are interested in. Make videos that you would like to watch, and make videos that matter to you. And you also, kind of along with being yourself, you can't be afraid of what other people are going to say or think. When you are on your channel and you're speaking your mind and you're giving your opinions, you cannot worry about what other people are going to say, because there is always going to be somebody out there, at least one person, if not more, that does not agree with you. They don't share your opinion. They don't share your convictions about something, whatever it is. I don't care if it's the type of oil you put in your car or your religion. There is going to be somebody who does not agree with you about your opinion. But if you are on your channel and you're tiptoeing around sensitive things and you're being as politically correct as possible, that really, I personally don't do that. I don't enjoy that. And when I see other people do things that I feel like they're just saying those things to be politically correct, I kind of feel like that's a little bit ungenuine, because you're trying so hard to please everybody. But what about yourself? You know, what about your own convictions, your own faith? We can be accepting of other people, and that's great. But don't limit your content that you're making because you're afraid it's going to offend somebody. You know what I mean? So like on my channel, I don't care to talk about religion. I'm not embarrassed to talk about religion. I'm not ashamed of it. And even though I know a lot of people are not going to agree with me, a lot of people are not going to like it, and some people may not even subscribe or watch because they know I'm a Christian and they know that from time to time I talk about it. That's okay. That is a chance I'm willing to take, because to me, my opinion is more important than offending those people that may not like to hear it. You know what I mean? So I feel like that I'm trying to stay as true to myself as I can and not worry about what other people are going to say or what other people are going to think. Tip number 7 is don't neglect your thumbnail. You can have the greatest video in the world, but if you have a thumbnail of you doing this, then probably nobody's going to click on it. You know, don't let YouTube choose your thumbnail for you, because I think there is somebody in the YouTube world that, like, I know it's supposed to be automatically done, but it just cracks me up. They give you 3 choices they will make for you. They take 3 little snapshots of you throughout your video, unless you make a dedicated thumbnail. And these are your choices. I mean, you get to choose that. I'm like, which one of those would I pick? It's always something of you like scratching your nose or looking off or something. So make sure, if you're taking the time to make the video, that you also take the time to make the thumbnail. If you don't have time to make a thumbnail, then probably YouTube is not going to be for you, because you can't just get all the work done in the beginning and then fizzle out at the last minute. Your thumbnail is really important. Your thumbnail is what's going to draw people in. And there's all different types of theories and how to make good thumbnails. And a lot of people use clickbait, which are like really exaggerated, controversial, like things they'll say, like, my kid got run over by a car, you know, something really dramatic, and then you click on it and really all that happened was, you know, their big wheel ran over their foot or something. You know, that's an example of clickbait. YouTube cracks down on that a little bit if it's something very controversial, but I mean, just overall, make a nice thumbnail. Even if it's just you sitting there smiling and have a little bit of text on the side. Or if you want to get really creative and have a bunch of like bubble letters and all this stuff, you know, you can definitely play around with it and figure out what your style is and how much time you have to spend on a thumbnail. But regardless, you should be making a nice thumbnail because that is what is ultimately going to draw people in. They can't watch your video and what amazing content you're sharing if they don't even want to click on your thumbnail. So make it attractive, make it pretty, and it doesn't have to be a huge elaborate thing. You can use picmonkey.com. It's a free website that you can photo edit with. And if you want to pay for it, I don't remember exactly how much it is. It's like something really, really inexpensive. It's like $38 or $40 for the year if you want to upgrade to the premium picmonkey.com package, which I have because there's a little bit more features that you can do with it. But you can definitely make really nice thumbnails for free with PicMonkey. That's what I use for my thumbnails, and it's what I've used for years. So definitely don't neglect your thumbnail. My next tip is don't forget to prepare yourself for negative comments. It's really annoying when you first start your channel because if nobody's watching or not that many people are watching, you probably don't get any comments at all. And then once you start growing and people start finding you, you do start getting comments, which is great. It's a great blessing. It's really fun to read people's comments and talk to people and get to know people in the comment section. But with that comes a lot of those crazy people that want to be, either they don't like you or they just want to go on somebody's channel and be rude for no reason, even if they didn't watch the video. They just click on it and leave some stupid remark, you know, like trolls. That is going to happen, and it is something you kind of have to prepare yourself for as much as you can prepare for that. I mean, there's really only so much preparing you can do for that, but I guess just knowing that it's inevitable is pretty much the only preparation you can make, because you don't know sometimes what people are going to say, which videos people are going to like be ticked off by the most. Honestly, this is the funniest thing. You would think that the fact that I share my religion and then I talk about Jesus and God and salvation, you would think that would be what makes people the maddest. But honestly, over the course of my channel, all the videos I've made, there's over 600 I think now that I've made, the two types of videos that people get the maddest about, and this cracks me up, is my Disney videos and my gift guide videos, like what I get my girls for Christmas or their birthday. Those videos are the ones that give me the most hateful comments, where I've gotten the most rude comments, mean, nasty, disrespectful, like, it's Disney World. It's a present. Like, how mad can you get about somebody else's gifts for their kids? Or how mad can you get about where somebody else chooses to go for vacation? I just don't get it. But I pretty much know with any video, but especially if it's a Disney video or a gift guide video, I know for a fact there's going to be at least a few comments that are going to be just really, really rude and mean or disrespectful. So you just kind of have to know that ahead of time, be prepared, but just try to focus on the good comments. Try to focus on that comment where somebody messaged you and told you that your video made their day, or your video inspired them to get up and go and work out that day, or your video made them smile or laugh. That is really what you got to try to focus on. Just like in life, we could sit there and dwell on all the mean things people have ever said about us, or we can really try to focus on the nice comments that we've gotten. So be prepared. It's going to happen. It's part of YouTube, and it's just one of those things you have to deal with. My next thing not to do when you start YouTube is to not be consistent. You need to be consistent with your content. If you make one video and then you don't make another video again for weeks or months, then people, if they ever find that first video, they're going to say, oh, this person uploaded, 2 months ago. They're probably not going to make another video, and they're not going to subscribe to you. So make sure you're being consistent. Even if you can't stick to a dedicated schedule, like I don't have a dedicated schedule. I never said, hey guys, expect a video from me, this, and this. I do pretty much have a schedule that I try to stick to, but I've never said that I'm going to have a schedule. So just making sure that you're uploading as frequently as possible, even if it's only once a week or once every other week, that's still not great, but it's better than just once a month or once every 2 months or once every 6 months. That's really not going to get your channel built up, and people are not going to be able to come to expect videos from you on a regular basis. Unless you're just doing it for fun and to share and you don't really care if your channel grows. But if you want your channel to grow and you want people to find you, then you really need to be consistently uploading. And my last YouTube don't, and this is the hardest one for me, and it is don't judge your channel by other people's channels. Like I said, this is really, really hard for me because it feels like everybody zips past me so quickly. I mean, like I said, I've been on YouTube for 5 years and I have, what, 37,000 subscribers, and I'm thankful for each and every one of you. But people get that in like a month or a couple months, or, you know, and I just don't get it. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or what. And it's really hard not to judge your channel by other people's, because I have done actually collaborations with 3 people in particular that when I collaborated with them in 2018, they all had smaller channels than me. And now, here it is, you know, not even a year later, and they already have all surpassed me. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the nature of the beast and luck of the draw, or if there's something about my videos that people don't like as much as they like theirs. I don't know, and I have sat around and tried to figure it out myself. But at the end of the day, I'm really, really trying to not focus on that, because just like in life, when you compare yourself to other people, it takes away your happiness and your confidence and your joy. It's the same thing with YouTube. I really try to focus on my goals that I've set for my channel and my achievements and my success, and try not to worry about other people, you know, their journey on YouTube and how much easier and faster it is than mine. When I stop and think about it, and I think about when I started my channel, I remember my only goal was to be able to pay for my girls' homeschooling co-op class they went to. And at the time, that was $80 a month. And I have well surpassed that now. And I remember when I had less than 800 subscribers, and I was talking about this other channel, and I was like, she's got 848 subscribers. I'll never have that many. And now I have 37,000. Yes, it took me a long time to get here, but I am here. And, you know, I think about that, and I think those goals that I thought back then seemed ridiculous, I have already surpassed. It may have taken me longer than I wanted it to, and it definitely has taken me longer than it's taken a lot of people in my genre of YouTube. But I'm still trying really hard to focus on my own levels of success and try not to worry about other people. So it is something I'm working on. It is a struggle, and it is hard. It is definitely hard. But I'm going to say to you that if you're starting a YouTube channel, set some goals for yourself, some realistic goals, and then set some crazy goals, you know. But really work on those goals that you've set for yourself. So maybe you say, okay, I would like all of my videos to average whatever you want them to average, that you think is a good, decent amount. Or I want to have, you know, so many subscribers by the next 2 years. Or, you know, something like that. Whatever these goals are for you, set them for you and really try to keep your eye on your prize and not somebody else's. And that is really hard. I know it's easier said than done, but it definitely is something that I feel like if you don't try to do that and you get too caught up in what other people are doing, it's distracting, it's demotivating, and it's going to take any joy away from any success or any milestones that you make personally on your channel. So try really hard not to do that. So those are my tips for you guys. If you're wanting to start a YouTube channel, 10 things not to do when you're starting your channel. I really hope they were helpful. And like I said, you know, it was a weird video for me to make because I feel like I am still learning. My channel is still small. And I still have videos that I put up that do so poorly that I'm embarrassed that they're up, because I'm like, nobody is watching these. Like, that's embarrassing. But like I said in the last tip, I'm really trying to focus on me and what I'm doing and videos that I enjoy making and information that I want to share, and trying really hard to focus on my own version of my success versus other people's. I hope these 10 tips were helpful when getting started with YouTube. If they were, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. I do upload every single week. And make sure that you have that notification bell turned on. Even if you have it clicked, go ahead and unclick it and then re-click it again so that it's turned on, because a lot of people have not been notified lately when I upload, and I know a lot of other YouTubers are having the same issue. So YouTube has said the way to fix this is to unclick the bell and then re-click it like you're signing up for notifications all over again. They say that's going to help fix the problem of people being unsubscribed and people being like not notified of uploads. So If you guys don't mind, just try that for me. I would appreciate it. And also, one great thing you can do to help me is to share my channel with other people in your life. That is another great way to get out there in the YouTube world and get your name out there. So if this video or if any of my other videos have helped you or entertained you or blessed you in some way, but definitely share my channel with other people, because it really does help me to grow my channel, which is a goal of mine. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're starting a channel, good luck, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of this video. If you want to see 2 of my older videos, you can click the links right here. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, if you haven't already, and you definitely should, you can click right here. I upload every single week. I have some links in the description box for some of my favorite stores and products, as well as my P.O. box address. Check out those links if you're interested in those, and I will see you guys in the next video.